When you want to create a Flipgrid assignment, the first thing you want to do is go to Assignments and click to create a new assignment. You're going to give it a name, and it could be whatever the topic is that you are doing. Then I like to put all my instructions in here, and the instructions I give to my students are like what to do to, like what the prompt is. It gives them some notes about being appropriate in their interactions, following school rules, how to respond or how many people I want them to respond to. And I give them a rubric, and I paste this rubric specifically into the assignment. And I'll show you why in a minute. And then I also have some videos for my students on how to use Flipgrid and Canvas in case they have never used Flipgrid before or need help remembering. I always like to give them assignments or videos of how to turn in assignments. Then I'm going to give them the number of points for the assignment, and my rubric is worth 12 points, so I'm going to change this to 12. And choose the assignment group, how you want to display points. Right now, in order to add Flipgrid, it needs to be an external tool, but if you want to be able to use a rubric in SpeedGrader, you have to do an extra step first. So I'm going to keep it online, text entry. I'm going to choose a due date, and I'm going to press save. Now, I haven't actually added the Flipgrid itself. What I want to do is scroll down to the bottom of the assignment and click on plus rubric. And I am going to use a rubric so that I can grade it in SpeedGrader with my rubric. And I have my Flipgrid discussion rubric right here. This is kind of like the one that I showed you that was embedded in my assignment instructions. So I'm going to add this rubric that I have created. I'm going to click on the edit button, the pencil, and I want to make sure that I have the box checked that says use this rubric for assignment grading and update my rubric. Now, the reason I added this first is because when we use an external tool like Flipgrid, we can't add a rubric. You have to add it first and then edit the assignment to add Flipgrid. When I add the external tool of Flipgrid, my students can't see the rubric like they normally do for, let's say, a file upload type assignment. So that's why I put a copy of my rubric right here in the assignment instructions. So now I'm ready to go and add in Flipgrid. So I'm going to go into this assignment, and I'm going to edit this assignment. And I'm going to go to submission type, and I'm going to change it to an external tool. I'm going to click on find, and I'm going to put in Flipgrid and say select. And then I'm going to press save again. Now you'll see that Flipgrid is right here. If this is your first time using Flipgrid, you are going to need to sign in. And you might find that you see a reddish pink line that goes across and it won't let you connect your Flipgrid. If that's the case, you're going to need to email Barbara. And she has on her slides a link right here to complete this form. So this is on slide number 5 of her Flipgrid instructions. You're going to complete this form, and she is going to fix this for you so that your Flipgrid will work for you. Then once you're in here, you can go in and edit this topic, adding a topic focus. A lot of times I like to add a Giphy that's related to my topic. You can add a video if you wanted to have your students watch this video and give a particular prompt that they can then use to discuss. Notice that when I'm in here, it's kind of hard for me to use this section because I'm limited. I can only see this box that's half of my screen. What I like to do is actually go to Flipgrid and sign into Flipgrid once I've created that assignment in Canvas. So you need to create it first in Canvas. And then what you're going to do is once it's created in Canvas, I can log into my Flipgrid, go into my Canvas course, and here's the one that I was just showing you, this Flipgrid. Now I can edit it all in Flipgrid, and I have the full screen to be able to go through and edit, which makes it a little easier for me. You can choose how long of a recording time you want students to have. I generally leave this part blank. You can put all your instructions here if you'd like. I tend to just keep it in Canvas just because I can copy my assignment over again, but I might put like just the main topic or prompt in here. And then you can have topic tips if you want to give them some extra help or tips of like maybe talking points that they should include. You can add up to 9 attachments to things like videos or Google documents. So you can have your students kind of do the research all here in Flipgrid and then do their post. You can choose whether to moderate, and moderate allows you to basically, when a student posts, it doesn't go live until you accept it to go live. So if you're going to moderate, you want to turn this on. Another reason to moderate might be you want your students just to make a response and you don't want any other students to ever see those responses if you're just doing it just for you. But if you want an actual discussion, you can choose with your students whether you trust them or not to be able to just post live. Now, student-to-student replies. This is if you're having a discussion, you're going to want to turn that on so students can reply to each other. You can make a freeze date where students can no longer add to the Flipgrid. And for the video features, I like to definitely have sticky notes on. That's where students can write some notes to themselves on a sticky note that's on their record screen. No one will ever see those notes, but it gives them an option to kind of have a rough draft or a little bit of a script that they could use to talk about. And if you want students to be able to trim their clip or add attachments or like each other's videos, you can turn that on. You can also choose if students can add any things like filters or stickers, and I like to give them that because it's kind of fun. And then feedback, you can basically ignore this feedback here in Flipgrid because we added in our rubric that we're going to use within Canvas SpeedGrader, which is way easier because it goes directly into the gradebook. So I'm just going to update topic. And now it would be ready for my students to use within Canvas. So this has all been, I'm going to say cancel here. Whatever I update on the website version of Flipgrid, it will update in this assignment that's embedded within Canvas. Now, students are going to see this in their device, and there's instructions on how they can use their tools and how to use Flipgrid in these videos. I have posted in Canvas Commons a sample Flipgrid assignment if you want to use that to be able to copy and paste the instructions. And if you put that into your course, if you import my Canvas Commons Flipgrid sample, the rubric will automatically be there, and the rubric will be in your set of rubrics that you can use, and you can edit it if you want to do so. I'm going to show you how to grade. So I'm going to go into my modules to find one of my Flipgrid assignments that my students are working on right now. So here's one from this week. If I go to SpeedGrader, I have a student here that I can play his video, but if you look up at the top right, submission to view, this student has actually turned in 3 submissions already. So the first one is most likely going to be his initial response to the Flipgrid topic. And then these other ones are going to be his responses to other students' videos. So if I want to open the rubric, first thing I'm going to do is just kind of make my rubric area a little bigger. I'm going to click on View Rubric. And now I have this rubric that I can just click on the different parts and press save, and then it's automatically going to grade it, and it's automatically going to go into my gradebook. And then up at the top right hand corner, if I click next, it will go to the next student, and I can continue grading all of my students by watching their videos and filling out the rubric.